basics. Did you understand the basic concept? What is perpendicular, base, hypotenuse? Most of the questions are related to perpendicular, base and hypotenuse type. First point. Second point, let them give any question without the diagram, students. Any question without the diagram. Always first draw right angle. See, drawing this way. There are two ways to draw. You can either draw it like this, first or second. Second will be slightly confusing. Always start the first one. Okay, next. These are certain rules you'll have to remember. For now, I'll just teach few questions, few basic things. And after your test, in detail, I'll explain. For now, you can manage. You can solve few questions. Look here. So AB can be the building, students. It can be a tower. It can be a building. It depends on question. So AB is a straight line. What about CB? CB is also a straight flat line, right? Which is the only slanting line here? Which is the only slanting line? AC. So AC is the only slanting line, which means the building or the distance, the building cannot be AC, students. Only one question will get ladder type. If they ask you to find the length of the ladder, only then we use hypotenuse value. Remember, can you slant the building? Is it possible? No, right? But you can keep a ladder slanted in it. Okay. So any object which is slanting will be your hypotenuse, students. Any object which is slanting. All the objects which are straight, object in the sense it can be building. It can be a building. It can be a tower. Or mostly these two, building or tower. Okay. AB. So A we call, there's no specific name. A is the starting. B we call foot of the tower. Foot. We either call foot of the building or foot of the tower. So, okay. So there's only two types of question. One, a person will stand at point C. He'll stand at point C and he'll look at A. Imagine you're standing at point C. Okay. It is around, let me say, 10 meters away from the foot of the building. Fine. You're standing here. Let me erase this. Okay. So AB is the building. You are standing at C, students, point C. So you need to find the height of the building. From point C, you're just looking at the top, exactly the top tip of the building. So from there, we connect to wherever you're standing, position C. Okay. Exactly here. You're standing exactly here. From here. So if you want to look at the top of the building, you'll just raise your head above, right? You just tilt your head and look at the building. So this angle is known as angle of elevation. Theta is known as elevate. Elevate meaning something which you rise. You just have to raise your head and look at the top of the building. That is known as elevation. So whenever they give angle of elevation, take this. Even if they give angle of depression, you take here. So angle of depression is nothing but same top of the building AB. Okay, and there is a bike or a car standing. Just let me put. Okay, something bike or a car standing here parked. So now you are on top of this building. You are on top standing and you're looking at the bicycle. Will you tilt your head top or down? You have to look down, right? Down. So this angle is known as angle of depression. This part, theta. Okay, it is known as angle of depression. Depression meaning is not emotional depression, not that depression. Depression in terms of physical depression is you have to look down. Okay, so this line, see the green line, these two green lines are straight. They are parallel lines. If they are parallel lines, what kind of alphabet is formed here? Z is formed. So can you see angle of elevation is equal to angle of depression? Under which concept? Interior alternate angles. Yes, interior alternate angle. So from here we have understood that whether they give angle of depression or elevation, it doesn't matter, students. Always where you have to take on the base. Understood? We'll do one or two questions. Always take it in the base. Any question, just take it in the base, which is just opposite to 90 degree. So don't get confused. 90 degree lies only where two straight line meets. See, wherever two straight line meets, 90 degrees. Okay, like this. This is a two straight line, 90 degrees. But if I draw like this, do you think these two are straight lines? Will 90 degree form here? No. If I place a protractor, it is obviously less than 90 degree. Okay, so 90 degree is done. Opposite to 90 degrees hypotenuse, that is always slanting. Whether it is angle of elevation or angle of depression, always take it in the bottom baseline. Are these concepts clear? So you'll have questions based on only three things: hypotenuse, perpendicular, and base. Base, hypotenuse, and perpendicular. Okay, only three things: perpendicular, base, and hypotenuse. Right? And we use only three formulas: sine theta, cos theta, tan theta. Out of 6 formulas. Because cos and sine are reciprocal, right? Reciprocal of sine, cos, and tan. Yeah. If you take tan, you can still use tan formula, sec formula, or cosec. But anyway, it is reciprocation. You're going to get the same answer. So we'll just use these three: perpendicular by hypotenuse. Next, and okay. In this sine and cos, can you see hypotenuse is given? Sine and cos. Hypotenuse. So when will we use sine and cos, students? Only when we use hypotenuse. And when do we hypotenuse? Only when they ask you to find AC. And most of the time they won't ask AC question because AC is always slanting. Okay, only for ladder question there are chances of asking to find the value AC. Then which formula we use? Sine and cos. Okay, that's the first point. Second type. These are the basics you have to remember while solving a question. Next, angle of elevation, angle of depression, and yesterday I taught you how to take angle. Fine. Opposite to 90 degree, hypotenuse is fixed. Okay, always go with angle of elevation. And if this is angle of what's happening? Okay, if this is angle of elevation theta, opposite to that, what is side AB, students? Opposite is always known as perpendicular. What do we call opposite as? Perpendicular. And the next one is obviously the base. So what kind of questions will you get? First thing, the building. A person is standing at C. Imagine a person is standing at C. He is at 100 meters away from the building. Okay, is at 100 meters away. And the angle of elevation is 100 meters away from the building, from the foot of the tower or from the building. The angle of elevation is 60 degrees. Or let me write, yesterday we solved 50 degree, 30 degree question. Now I'll give angle of elevation is 52 degrees, which means wherever the person is standing, students, from there is looking at the top of the building and the angle formed is how much? 52 degrees. Find the height of the building is the question. Height of the building. So how is height of the building with respect to this 52? It is perpendicular. And what is that 100 degrees given? Base. Which formula we use for tan and base? Sorry, I gave you the answer. Perpendicular and base, tan. Tan, what's the angle given? Is equal to, what's the value? AB. AB is what? Height. You can just write height or just keep it as AB. Doesn't matter. What is B? 100. All these are 9th standard concept. Remember in 9th I told Medley and Dia. You all had re-exam, same concept, students. 50% 9th standard, another 50% is extra added question. That's it. Now tan 52. Check the answer in your textbook. Look at tan 52. I'll tell you how to find. Can you all see the 0 degree? 0. Yeah, we always use the first column. Okay, only first column. And even board exam, mostly first column questions they get. So after your test, I'll tell you how to use the second column, third column, what are all this, I'll tell you after the test. Now we don't have time. So tan 52, students, look at the first one. Where is tan 52? It's in the second page. What's the value? 1 point? No, no, no. Oh, correct. 1.2799. Tan 52 is 1.2799. Can you see here? 1.2799. Is that the answer? So this is how we use the table student. Only the first column. That's the basic. Advanced level I'll teach you later. Forget about that. 1.2799 is what we need. Let me substitute here. 1.2799. This 100 gets multiplied, right? Is equal to AB is the height of the building. So if you multiply, if you use shifting method, what do you get? 127 point. How do you shift, students? For two zeros, which side do you shift? Right hand side. 127.99 meters is the height of building. Understood? Okay. If it was tan 30 degree or tan 60 degrees, height AB is equals to 100. What is tan 60? What is root 3? 1.732, right? Tan 60 is 1.732. Look at tan 60. Are we getting 1.732? Right? So can we use all the values from the table? Can use everything. Can you see tan 45 is 1 on top? Yesterday I taught you because you shouldn't rely on the table, students. Sometimes that's a book given. If you have very simple question, tan 45, for that, do you want to waste your time referring note, the book? No, right? So we know what is tan 45, we know what is tan 60, root 3, we know root 3 value. So that's the reason I told you tan 30, 45, 60. If you want, you check the book and write. If you practice like this, you can directly write it. Okay, so AB, 100 goes to the other side, it gets multiplied. What is AB value? 173.2. Is it clear? Mebli, Aarti, Diya? This is how we solve. Just go through, students. Don't write anything. Go through. I'll tell you different types. Now, how many triangles we used? How many triangle is this? One triangle. See, now I'll teach you all basic. And just a minute. It's around 10 o'clock, right? So up to 10:30 or till 10:40, I'll conduct, students. Okay, 1.5 hour. And again, 12 o'clock, I'll be teaching the other batch. So if you want, you join, or you just practice other chapter, and we have other subject as well, right? So that one you don't have to attend, because for them I'll be teaching all advanced question. Because for those students, they've already studied all this basics. Okay, make a note of this, or just go through this, student. Okay. Okay. No, for this question you don't get random numbers. You can use the table. Arti. Hmm. Hmm. Root of 450. For banking, I was teaching you. You were not there. You didn't concentrate when I was teaching for banking. Okay, perfect. Non-perfect square. This is non-perfect, right? Fine. Let me just quickly teach you. What was the value for 450? All three of you tell me the rule, students. From right hand side, how many numbers you have to pair? Two numbers. See, this is two. So take 4. Which is close to 4? First, it's a very simple concept. Look here. 450 square root of 450. What's the answer? 21.21. 21.213. It goes on. So just let me take 21.3121. Even in exam, if you just show two decimal calculation, that is enough. Actually, one decimal is enough. 21.2. I'll teach you. What is close to 4? Perfect square. 2 2s are 4. Remainder 0. Right? Bring this 50 down. So in normal division, we used to bring only one number. This is square root question, students. You have to bring both the number. You have to bring it pair 50. Next, this 2 you have to add here. What is 2 plus 2? 4. What number should I add next to 4 and multiply so that we get 50? Less than 50 or 50? See, if I add 1 here, I should even multiply by 1. If I add 2 there, I have to multiply by 2. If I add 3, I have to multiply by 3. If I take 42 into 2, I get 84. Isn't it more than 50? So let me take 41 into 1 is how much? 41. Next. So far our answer is correct. We are getting up to 21. Now this is not a perfect square, so we are getting a remainder here. So the remainder is 9. Then same like division, you keep a point, students. But in division, normal division, how many zeros we used to add for 1 point? 1 0. But here for 1 point, this is a perfect square number. So how many zeros you have to add? 2 zeros. Clear? Next, what's the new number? Before starting the next one, the new number is 1. So you're not supposed to add 21 there. We already added 2 here. You have to add this 1. So it becomes 42. Now what number should I multiply? Next to 42, 42 into 2, 423 into 3. Which one is less than 900, students? See, this one you get 421. This one you get 844. And here you get 1269. So which combination should I take? 2, right? So let me put 2 and 2 here. 844. Is it clear? Are we almost getting the answer here? Yes. RT, 1 or 2 decimal is fine, RT. You shouldn't go more than that. How many decimal number we have now? 1 decimal number, right? So maximum you try one more, students. One more calculation is enough. Actually, even for this you can use trigonometry, the table. Let the test get over. I'll teach you. You don't have to use long division. You can use the table and get all the answers. Calculator is not allowed, but the table is enough. Okay, what's the remainder we get? 56, 51 or 56? There is 4, 56. Okay, 56, and there is already a point, right? Same like normal division. If there's already a point, how many zeros we can add? 2 zeros. Then what's the new number we got? So 424. Now 4 to 4 start with 1. Then 4 to 4, 2 and 2. You get 4 to 4 1, and here you get 8484. Which number should I take? 1. Did we get the correct answer? 21.1. This is how you have solved. Clear? Understood? 1 and 1 gives 4241. Forget about the remainder, students. Remainder doesn't matter. All we need is quotient. Quotient is our main answer. 21.21. Okay. So if you get non-perfect square, this is how you solve. Just go through this. See, even if you go through, you won't understand. You have to follow from the first step. Did you all follow? Understood from the first step? Okay. Okay, now I will tell you what are the different types of questions you get. Rules, all those are completed. Importing value, what is that importing? No, no, all those are advanced questions, Arti. All those are advanced. Okay, for this test, they won't give you. I'll teach you after the test. Fine. So always your first test will be basic. They'll just give you basic question. Now look here. See, this is the first type of question you get. Second type, building AB or tower AB students. In tower AB, a person will be standing at C or a ship. Imagine a ship is at point C and there's another ship at point D. We solved a question yesterday. Do you all remember we solved one question where two triangles are given? So this is the second type of question you get. First type is one single question on one side. Second type of question, two ships on the opposite side. Two ships on opposite side, C and D. Okay, so this is right angle. You have to take this as two separate questions. First, you have to find CB value and then you have to find BD value. Then you have to add both. This is second type. Third type of question, same tower or ship, but there are two ships on the same side, not opposite, same side. So this is C and this is D. Okay, 90 degrees. Value putting, I'll teach one question. That is advanced, I'll teach one. See, first you need to find C to D students. In this, both the triangles, how do you split the triangles here? First triangle is which one? AB, D. Both the triangles should have 90 degrees. Then how do I split the second triangle? Who's the second? Yes, ABC. It is not ACD. Can you take ACD? Does it have a 90 degree? No. This entire chapter is all about 90 degree students. Straight lines. Okay. This is the second type of question. Third type, third type of, fourth type you'll have A, first, second, enough. Mostly these three types of question. The fourth type is the opposite, that is bit advanced one, so we don't have time. So based on these three questions, we'll solve one. These three topics will solve one question. Yesterday we did this, right? This, can you see this? Opposite side I taught you all. Sometimes, just to save time, students, because in your test, for each classroom they'll just give one or two tables book. So for some question, they will directly mention what is 40. What is 40 degrees? 0.84. Okay. Even in your exam, 0.8432. If you check your table, you'll have four values. You don't have to take four. How many decimal numbers you have to take? Only two. Even from your table, just take two values. That is enough. Okay. Just take two. You'll get the answer. And can you see this time period question is given from the ground? Okay, this question I'll be teaching, it's bit advanced students. Okay, bit advanced. First we'll solve simple ones, then we'll go back to the advanced one. Look at the ninth question. All of you will read the ninth one. Before that, angle of elevation of conference tower. Okay, look at the ninth. At a particular time, when the sun's altitude is 30 degree. So first, let me draw sun's altitude. What do you mean by sun's altitude is 30 degrees, students? What is the angle given? Yes, see, they can frame any type of question. So don't get confused. Whenever angle is given, what you have to take? This is angle of elevation, 30 degrees. Always check how many angles are given in the question. For this particular question, how many angle is given? Only one. So what did I tell you all? Any question, first draw a right angle. Even if you don't understand the question, that is fine. First draw a right angle, students. Whatever angle is given, take it bottom. And name the triangle as ABC. Clear? At a particular time when the sun's altitude is 30 degree. Look at sun on top. The length of the shadow of a vertical tower. So which is the tower here? AB is the tower. First point. Next. The length of a shadow of a vertical tower is 45. So which is the shadow here, students? Which one is the shadow? AC is the, how can AC be shadow? BC is the shadow, students. When it is top, your shadow will always fall. Where will your shadow fall? On the road or somewhere on the, when the sun is on top? It will fall on the ground, right? Yeah, it will fall on the ground. But if AB is like this, if you hit a torch, if you show a torch, where will the shadow fall? It will fall on the opposite direction, right? Do you think the sun can be opposite like this? Have you seen sun like this or on top? Sun is always on top, right? So where is our shadow fallen? Our shadow falls on the ground. So what is BC value mentioned here? Yes, this is 45 meter. So just connect it. If you connect this, you get a right angle. What do we need to find the right of tower? With respect to 30 degrees, we use tan formula. Tan 30 is equals to what is perpendicular? AB divided by what is BC? 45. Tan 30. What is tan 30? 1 by root 3, right? Just ignore that. Go to the table and tell me what is tan 30. 0.577. Just take 0.57. See here, 0.5774 students. If I need two numbers, look at the third number. If it is equal to or greater than 5, the previous number should increase by 1. So what should I write here? 0. Yeah, this is how you round it off. 0.58. Okay, take it as 0.58. Next, multiply this 45 here. This is how you find the height of the tower. If you have your textbook, can you check the ninth one first one? I'll write the answer. You just check it, students. I'll write it. 45 into 0.58. Is it 26.1? 24.98. 25.98. Okay, then instead of 0.58, even 26.61 is also correct, students. You'll still get marks. See, I will do one thing. The actual value is how much? 0.577 into 45. 0.5774 into 45. Is this the right answer? So instead of this, we just round it off or do one thing, use 0.577. You'll get close, students. One or two plus and minus, you'll still get marks. 0.577 into 45. 25.96. What's the answer there? 24.98. So you'll still get marks. That point variation doesn't matter. If you want exact value, go with the exact calculation. Did we get the answer for this? 0.5774? Use the exact value, you'll get exact answer. But actually in board exam, it doesn't matter. Point values, you'll still get marks. Is this clear? All of you understood? Okay, look at the next one. Actually, it's an easy concept, students. The thing is, there's no time. So we'll study. After the test, I'll teach you all. So whatever I explained in the beginning, those are the what calculations needed and types of question you get. So on each type of question, for a single triangle, you solve 5 questions. When there are 2 triangles, you solve 5. If you practice 15-20 questions, that is more than enough. For entire board exam, just 15 to 20 questions is enough. Next, what is the second point given? The length of the shadow of the same tower when the altitude is how much? 45. Everything is same. The length of the shadow you have to find now, right? Now, length of the shadow meaning is what? What do we need to find? Length of shadow. Which is length of shadow? CB. We found tower's height, right? What was tower's height we had? 25 point. Okay. This 25.96, I'll just keep it as height of tower. And what is the angle change now? From 30° to 45°. So what is the 30° to 45°? If we place a protractor here, this is 45 degrees. Okay. Next, tan 45 is given. Take tan 45. This time, which one is given? Height of the building, right? And where is the shadow? Shadow is BC. Yeah, BC or CB. Now, this calculation, students, this is a bit tricky one. I'll tell you how to convert and use. Okay, I'll tell you how to convert to make the calculation simple. All of you will concentrate. This is one of the toughest concept in calculation part. See here, if I take normal 45°, if the value is like this, what is tan 45? Okay, for this question, it is actually easy. Tan 45 is 1. BC gets multiplied. What is BC value then? 25.96. So, what's the length of the shadow? 25.96. Okay, same thing. Look at the second one. Tan, what is given? 60. Tan 60. Let me take tan 60. I'll change the diagram. So, this time the angle is tan 60. Height of the tower as it is. You need to find the shadow for both A, B, and C. So, tan 60 is equals to 25 perpendicular divided by base is BC. What is tan 60? What is root 3? Or you can use the table. If you check the table, you'll have the same answer. 25 divided by 5/6 divided by what? BC. Now if I want to shift BC, which one gets divided? So that's what. What is it? 1.732? So is it easy to solve the decimal calculation? Is it easy? Respond. Decimal is always tough, right? Decimal. If I add BC is equals to 100 divided by 2. This is not a decimal, student. It is not decimal. So which one is easy? 100 divided by 25 or 25 point, which is easy to calculate? For always whole number, it is very easy, right? You can just cancel it out. So remember this, students. Whenever you get decimal in the denominator, you can't use direct method. It takes lot of time. See, if I remove the decimal, how do I write this? 1732 divided by, how many numbers are there after decimal? 3 numbers, right? In the same way, 24.96. If I remove the decimal, how many numbers are there? No. After decimal, 96, only 2 numbers, right? So you have to divide by 100. If BC goes to the other side, 2596 divided by 100. This 1000 will get multiplied here into 1732. Is this clear? Did you all understand? Aarti, did you understand? Why are you silent? You asked for doubts, right? And later if you ask doubts, I won't teach Aarti. Now you're not responding, you're silent. Okay. So divided by 1000, how many zeros gets cancelled, students? 2. But still, this isn't it a tough calculation to multiply, to reduce and solve? It's still a tough one, students. So never try like this. And whenever I conducted test, not your other students, they directly use calculator and they give the answer. That is what usually students do. So you don't get calculator in your exam. Look here, I'll tell you how to solve such question. Whenever there is denominator, we use complementary angle, complementary and reciprocal. What is complementary for tan 60? Cot, correct. Cot, yes. Cot 90 minus 60. What is cot 90 minus 60? Cot 30. But cot 30 is not given in your table. In trigonometry table, you will have only 3 values. What are those? Sine, cos and tan. Okay, cot 30 will not be given. Convert this cot 30 into tan, students. Reciprocate value. How do you reciprocate? 1 by tan 30 is equal to 25.96 multiplied by BC. Now can you see? Tan 30 we got in the denominator. I'll teach you even the direct method. I'll teach you how to do it directly. Look, now tell me what is tan 30? Root 3 is 1.732 is equals to 24.96 by BC. If BC goes to the other side, what about decimal? It gets multiplied. So you get 24.96 into 1.732. So remember this, multiplication decimal is easy, students. Look here. If I write 65 divided by 2.3, if I write 65 into 2.3, which one is easy, division or multiplication? Multiplication is always easy. So this is how you convert. Can you see now we have multiplication, right? But you won't get exactly this, you'll get a smaller value. For example, you'll get 25 into 1.3 like this. Did you understand how to convert and solve? All of you all? Convert. Now I'll tell you directly how to write from this. In between, you can skip this part. You can skip. Okay, I'll tell you how to do it directly. First, go through this. I'll give you all 2 minutes. First, go through what I've done. If you want, I'll write it for reference. Or if you want, just go through. See, if it is stuff, I'm not going to solve. Okay, I've already told this is just basic. Okay, if it is too lengthy, I'll check. First, let me complete whatever I plan to teach. First, let me complete that. Later, I'll solve. Done? Mebli and Dia. Okay, now look at the direct method. So whenever tan 60 is given, you get decimal in the denominator. If you're getting decimal, tan 60 convert. Just put 1 by tan. What is 90 minus 60? 30. This is how you convert. If I write tan 45 degrees, what is tan 45? 1 by tan. 90 minus 45 is 45. Direct. If I write tan 22 degrees, how do you directly convert 1 by tan? What is 90 minus 22? Yes, 68 degrees. Okay, so tan 68 is equals to 25.96 divided by BC. Then you can write tan 68. Tell me what is tan 68, students. Check tan 68. So 2.4751. Then BC will go to the other side. 2.47 will get multiplied, right? Yeah. This is how you solve while changing the value. And when do you change the value? Whenever decimal comes in the denominator. Fine. So we had one question. Now we'll solve the second type of question. Left hand side one and right hand side one. So even this is Aarti, did you at least try doing it? 13th one. Look here. Fine, I'll teach. 13th is easy. From the top of a cliff 92 meters high. A cliff is nothing but on mountains you get the students, a cliff. So this is the cliff here. So what is the height of this cliff? 92 meters. The angle of depression, what did I tell you? Angle of, whether it is angle of depression or angle of elevation. Where do you take it? Yes. And just remember this, whenever angle of depression is given, your diagram should look like this. Just draw one dotted line and 30 degrees here. Can you see 20 degrees here? Can you see where I've drawn 20? The same 20 you have to take it where? See, this is the only difference. Make a note, whenever they mention the word depression, you just need to draw one extra dotted line and write 20 there. So what do you mean by this, students? Buoy is nothing but, it is, what do you call, it's a lightweight kind of thing in sea. You get it in seas. That is for the sailing. For reference, they use this buoy. Buoy. Okay, see something like reference, students. Can you see here these kind of things? It's just an object which is floating. Okay, they use it for to detect the direction. Okay, so buoy is just an object. Just remember, it's an object at sea. At point C, there is a buoy here. I'll just give some shape. Just think this is a buoy. It's at point C. So if you're at point A, students, how will you look at the buoy? Will you look top or down? Down. That is only known as depression. So what's the angle formed? 20 degrees. So the same 20 degrees you take angle C. According to which relation, which concept? Interior alternate angle. So you don't have to mention that. Just write 20 degrees here. Next. Calculate the nearest meter, the distance of the buoy from the foot of the cliff. Which is the distance of the buoy? Yes, B is the, sorry, distance of foot of the cliff. Which is foot of the cliff? B, right? So distance meaning what we need to find? BC. Yeah, BC or CB. Simple concept. Tan 20. Use tan 20. What is tan 20? AB is 92. 92 divided by what is BC? That is the distance, right? Yeah. RT, this is what I was talking about. Okay, this is the calculation I was teaching. Where you did you concentrate when I was teaching? Okay, only then you'll understand. See, this is what I was talking about, students. Now tell me what is tan 20. Is this clear? Diagram, whatever I've written. Tell me tan 20. Look at the table. 0.3640 is equal to 92 divided by BC. If BC goes to the other side, what are we dividing? Whole number or a decimal number? So do you think this calculation is easy? No. Until and unless they give you a calculator. But they're not going to provide calculator. Let us check the answer. 3640. What's the answer? 252.74. 252.74. No, no, no. 1 minute. You think they'll give you a calculator? No, right? Then I'm still teaching, Arti. Just a minute. 252.74. This is the actual answer, students. But without calculator, is it possible to divide? It takes lot of time. See, 92. How do you remove the decimal here? 3640 divided by 1000. So this 1000 will get multiplied top, right? 92 into 1000 divided by how much? 3640. You reduce this. Then we need to multiply 92. If you want, you can even try it like this. But I'll teach you the conversion concept. 92 into, look here, 1000 divided by 364. Use the normal division method. Are we getting the same answer? 252.74. If you still have doubts, look at 9230 divided by 364. You'll know how to divide, right? 3 twos are, take the LC remainder. But division, usually you can solve it, no problem, but I don't prefer division, students. Instead of that, what did I tell you? Conversion. If tan 20 is given, you have to write 1 by tan. What is 90 minus 20? Respond. Just now I taught you all. Nobody is responding. What is 90 minus 20? 70. Is this clear? The way I've written? 92 by BC. Now tell me what is tan 70? Okay, just take 74 BC. 7475, just take 74. Now BC goes to the other side, right? 92 into, what is the value? 92 into 2.74. Just remove the decimal, take 274, multiply by what? 92. Tell me the answer. I'll give you 5 minutes, go through this. If you all want, write it or just Tell me the calculation, students. Keep solving it. I'll come back. Yes, students, done. So which calculation was tough? The top one or the down? Multiplication or division? Division is always tough. See, if you want, I've taught you all both. Do it however you all want. Whether it is division or multiplication, left up to you all. What is 274 into 92? Okay, so you know how to multiply, right? 2 4s are 8, 2 7s are 14, carry 1, 5, all these things. So what do you all get? No, no, without the decimal, without the decimal. 92 into 25208. 25208. How many decimal numbers are there total? 2. So if I place, what's the answer we're getting? 252.08. You'll still get marks. It is 252, but what's the actual answer? 252 point? Tell me. 74. The reason is I didn't take the entire number. We have just taken 2.74, right? So it's the same, students. If you spend some more time on calculation, you can take the entire value and solve it. Understood? That's it. So you'll get these type of question. What's the time? 10:40. Uh, class is about to. Okay, I'll share you another link, students. Okay, just rejoin. All of you will rejoin. I'll share another link. Okay, take 10 minutes, 8 minutes break, students. We'll continue at 10:50. Babli and Arti. There's another half an hour left. Concepts. Okay. Yeah, take 8 minutes break. We'll continue at 10:50. Is Babli online? Okay. So next type of question, students. See, these are the calculation part which we did, and one question. Now two. When there are two questions, left hand side and right hand side. Just a minute. Okay. Shall we solve the eighth one? Got late, student. Sorry. Look at the eighth question. A man observes angle of elevation at the top of. How many angles are given here? One is 60 degree, another one is 30 degrees. So remember this. First you get 90. If this is 90, if I draw a line, this one will be around 80, students. And as it goes, the values will be reducing. If I draw another line, this will be around 60. So this will be around 50. Can you see the order? It's in the reducing order. Another 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. I'll just teach one more question. It's in the reducing order. Next. There are two angles given here. Can you see there are two angles? Now I'll read the question. Eighth question. I'll read the eighth one. A man observes the angle of elevation at the top of a building to be 30 degrees. He walks towards it in horizontal line. So this is A and B. This is the building. Okay, a man is at point C, starting point. What do you mean by walks towards the building? Is it towards or opposite direction? Yeah, towards meaning from C is traveling towards B. And how many meters he is covered? Covering 60 meters. So I'll take this as D. So what is the distance from C to D? How many meters is covered? 60 meters. I'll draw a line here. So starting, what was the angle? 30 degree. Now the angle is changed to how much? 60 degree. What do we need to find? Find the height of the building. So we'll take this as X. Clear? You have to take it as X. Okay, 1 minute. A point on the same side of the building, and the height of the building is 10. Okay, all these are bit advanced, students. Till here, did you all understand? Before this, whatever I taught, we'll solve one basic. And if you join at 12 o'clock, I'll teach for others. I'll be solving that advanced question. If you'll join at 12. And yesterday, did you all understand this question? Two triangle. At yesterday, we took 30 degrees, but actual value is 45. Okay, just the values are different. Okay, do one thing, students. What's the time now? 11 o'clock. You all can leave. If you want advanced concept, you can join at 12. If not, you can just continue with other chapters. I will send the test paper, both of you all.